Is it just me, or once you get home, you stare at your game library more than you actually spend time playing a game? Or am I alone in this? Personally, I feel like I grew up in one of the best times for video games. And I know you probably hear a lot of people say this, but I really do. The early 2000s. Oh man, to name a few, I'm gonna start with some real classics. Stronghold. Woo! Gears of War. I'd spent countless hours on Gears of War 2 Horde mode. All the Halos. Halo 2 was my favorite. I know most people it's Halo 3. Mine's Halo 2. I love the Halo 2 campaign. Mass Effect. Oh man, probably to this day, Mass Effect 2 is probably the campaign that I've played the most over and over and over outside of Skyrim, and I don't even have to mention Skyrim. Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, countless hours. Absolutely love those games. You know, before I would even get to school, the moment that I set foot on the school, I already knew what I was playing as soon as I was off. I'd be thinking about the game all day. I'd be talking with my friends any chance I got to about video games. Sometimes I would even bring the little game manuals, you know, to school just so we could flip through the pages and look at them. At lunchtime, that's what we would do. We would flip through game manuals. Yeah, I sat at the cool kids table. And once I was home, man, I would play till bedtime. And the thing is, I would only play one or two games. You know, that is what kept me entertained. These one or two games I would play, and I'd play till all night. The only reason I'd have to stop is if my mom called me to eat dinner or help with something around the house. But man, it was so easy to pick a game and so easy to think about it, and you get home and you'd play it. And it was easy. But now that is so hard and seems so far off to me, having days like that. And I mean, what's changed? I mean, I'm in my 30s, I'm married, I have a full-time job, I have a kid, my back hurts more. That affects sitting down to play sometimes. But then you look on the flip side of that, and I have a 6 setup. I could never have imagined having this type of setup whenever I was younger. I'm able to afford games that I want to play. I'm more confident in, you know, setting aside time for myself. I mean, you look at the switch of things, and I feel like gaming should be sometimes easier these days. You know, when you're younger, I feel like free time is less precious, and what I mean by that is it's almost expected. At least in my life, I didn't know what it was like to not have free time, unless it was doing the dishes and life was miserable. When you're older, it feels more special. And for me, I actually will plan out when I know I have free time. You know, it's like, okay, I have tomorrow off. I'm purposely gonna wake up early. I'm not gonna sleep in, because if I sleep in, that's less time playing video games. So I'll wake up 8 o'clock, you know, I still give myself a little bit of time to sleep in. And I'll have some coffee, and while I'm drinking my coffee, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna play DayZ most of the day. I'm gonna make new friends on there. I'm gonna go on some sniping sprees. I'm gonna do that for 6 hours. Maybe I'll Twitch stream some. And then after that, later into the night, I'm gonna play some Battlefield, and I'm gonna make a really nice vodka drink. And I'm just gonna have the best time ever. The day gets here, I wake up early, I grab the coffee and I sit down. And I sit in front of the Xbox and I turn it on. I get on my headphones and I'm psyched out, and I just stare there. I just stare there. And what the heck is wrong with me? Why can't I pick a game? You know? I've been so psyched out for this, but I can't do it. And it's here that I find myself the most. And I can't tell you when I got here, but what I can tell you is that it's been going on for a while. You know, if you're like me, it's like maybe I'll click on a game, play it for 10 minutes. All right, go back to the library, stare at it some more. Maybe I'll click on something else, play it for another 10 minutes, and go back to the library. So, you know, it's like even if you can't choose a game, you're staring at the library. But it seems like even whenever you do choose a game, you're back at the library of games in like 10 minutes or so. And it's like I can't get myself to focus. And I feel like that's a whole other topic. You know, there's gaming in your 30s, there's ADHD. I mean, there's so many things I could make a complete other video about. Do games just suck these days? Am I stuck in this nostalgia zone where nothing can compare to the games of the past? Do I not enjoy gaming anymore? You know? I wanted to fix this. I felt like it was something wrong in my head, and it's my fault, and I wanted this to be gone. What do? I go to YouTube. I look at other people having these exact same issues where they seem like they can't choose games. You know, I wanted to fix this. And then I stumbled across this quote that I completely forgot about, and it changed how I thought about things. The pause is just as important as the note. Like this quote, I had to think about it for a while because I haven't thought about it in some time, but it kept going through my head over and over and over. The pause is just as important as the note. You know, whenever I was going through YouTube and looking through things, I found lots of great videos, but most of them were about how to rekindle your love for gaming. But then it dawned on me, it's not about making myself love gaming again, first of all, because I never stopped, but it's about embracing those quiet moments, embracing those pauses in between gaming. And then I realized on top of that, wait a minute, what if gaming has been teaching us at times to embrace those quiet moments? And a couple games come to mind, and one of the first ones, of course, is Red Dead 2. You know, the beauty in that game alone forces you at times to just stop and just to look at your landscape, and those moments where you want to set up a campfire and just enjoy the beauty of the game. And the first thing that comes to my mind that maybe this game is, maybe during those moments of pause, you know, maybe I can think about the beauty in my everyday life that maybe I don't give enough attention at times. You know, if I stop playing a game, instead of staring at the screen for 10 minutes, maybe I can go, you know, give my dog some loving. You know, maybe I could go in the living room and give a loved one a kiss on the forehead. Red Dead makes me think of beauty. And so I feel like it teaches us to appreciate the beauty in our lives. And so I can use that pause to appreciate the beauty in my life. Another one, Life is Strange, another game that has beautiful, quiet moments. There'd be times where the main character would just kind of, you know, just lay down in their apartment and just listen to music and zone out. You know, Life is Strange taught me that my music taste was a lot bigger than I thought. But it also taught me that, you know, I enjoy watching this person do that. I enjoy watching them chilling and listening to music. You know, why don't I do those in those moments between gaming? You know, maybe I could get on YouTube and look up music that I like. You know, maybe I could just sit back in my chair, close my eyes, and find something new that might create some peace in my life or some energy to get me ready to game. And you know, that's another aspect of quietness in games that maybe I could take to my life in my own pauses. And then one of my favorite games, DayZ. That game is so chaotic, and I hope to make some videos on that game. But even in DayZ, the moments where you're killing freshies and trying to survive, those moments where you stop in the woods, you make a fire, and you start cooking over the fire. To me, what makes that stand out is all the chaos that was happening before, and yet all the chaos that I know is going to happen right after, yet I have this peaceful moment in between. And if I was to pick out anything that DayZ could teach us is that despite the chaos that has been happening, and despite the chaos that we know will be life even after today, that really take in these moments throughout the chaos to actually think about maybe the good things that you have in your life, and to take that breath, be glad that you are home or wherever you are that you play, and just know that, you know what, this is a good moment right here. I'm not here to say you have to find something else other than gaming to fix your sanity. I mean, me personally, gaming does fix my sanity. That's what I do. But that's why it's more frustrating that I stare at the dang screen for so long, not being able to choose something. And rather than clapping my hands and snapping and jumping up twice to all of a sudden fix the issue, what if I can't fix that issue of staring at a screen? Well, then maybe the problem isn't finding a game that I like more, but maybe it's finding different things to do, to think about, to embrace during those moments of not being able to choose a game. And that's what I want you to think about, is maybe you won't be able to fix those times. And there are great videos out there showing how to embrace gaming more and make yourself love it more. But if you're like me, you don't need to make yourself love it more. You love it so much. But it's about finding the pause in between games and embracing it and doing something different, and not looking at it as something that's horrible and awful. Yes, I want you to find a game that you can enjoy and play hours of, but I also want you to find peace and quietness or something to make you feel good that's in between that time. You know, that's what it's about, and that's my 2 cents. This is my first time to ever make a video like this. This is my first time with new equipment and lights and everything like that, and I don't know. I felt like that's something I could share, and we'll see what else I can share. So, thank you.